Good afternoon, students. So today we are going to discuss Poisson distribution. Okay. So Poisson distribution in this unit, discrete probability distributions. Okay. There it is. We have two distributions. One is binomial distribution, so first one, and second one, Poisson distribution. We have only two distributions. One is binomial distribution, another one is Poisson distribution. Of course, rectangular distribution, negative binomial distributions, and so on. So many distributions we have in discrete distributions, but we have only two distributions. One is binomial distribution, another one is Poisson distribution. So binomial distribution is nothing but there it is by. So success, failure. So P as well as Q. So two things we require. And what are the parameters in that? N and P are the parameters. Okay. Here we are going to discuss about Poisson distribution. So what are the differences between binomial and Poisson distributions? So why we are going to apply Poisson distribution? Okay. So the disadvantage of binomial distribution is if n is very large. Okay. So here it is, we are applying simply binomial theorem, right? So q plus p whole power n we are applying, right? So which is equal, simply we are writing as n c naught. So q power n, p power n minus, so q power n minus 0 and p power 0. In the same way, nc1. So here it is, we are writing as q power n minus 1 p plus nc2 and so on. So like this we are writing. So this is the binomial expansion we are using. Here we are saying as this is 0 success or n failures. And here it is having 1 success, n minus 1 failures, like that we are writing. If it is number of trials are less, then okay, we can easily apply that. Suppose n is equal to 6, n is equal to 5, n is equal to 10. So like this we can calculate by using binomial distribution if n number of trials are less. Suppose here it is having n is equal to 100. Okay, then is it possible to calculate? Of course we can calculate, but it takes a lot of time. Okay, so it takes around 2 to 3 hours for applying this 100 C naught. So q power n, p power 0. In the same way 100 C 100. Okay, those many of things we need to calculate. So for avoiding time consuming, so this is the easiest one. We can apply Poisson distribution. So the disadvantage of binomial distribution is it takes a lot of time, and we can apply only for number of trials are very less. Okay, so when number of trials are less, then we can apply binomial distribution. But when n is large, okay, we can't apply that 100, 1000, 2000. Can we apply binomial distribution? No. So in that case, we can apply Poisson distribution. Okay, so this is the difference between binomial and Poisson distribution. Okay, so here it is Poisson distribution. Here a French scientist, French mathematician, his name is Simon Denis Poisson. He introduced this one, and for that we are calling as Poisson distribution, his name. Okay, and already we said here what we are discussing distributions all are discrete distributions, discrete probability distributions. So for that here Poisson distribution is a discrete probability distribution. So what is meant by discrete probability distribution? The outcomes along with their probabilities together with simply we call as a discrete probability distribution. In that binomial we completed, and now we are going to learn Poisson distribution. So here it is, simply here we are saying as S.D. Poisson introduced Poisson distribution, and it is a rare distribution of rare events. Okay, so it is used for rare events, and in other words we can say that this is a rare distribution. Okay, so it means that the events whose probability of the occurrence is very small, but the number of trials which could lead to the occurrence of the events are very large. Okay, so this is very important. When we have to apply Poisson distribution, what they are saying here it is, the number of trials are very large. Okay, so that is nothing but n is equal, so 100. 500, 600, so like that. So when n is very large, as well as the probability of occurrence of the event is very small. So here it is, number of trials are large and the success probability or the probability is very small. In these two cases, we can apply Poisson distribution. So that one here they are saying, okay, the probability of occurrence is very small, but the number of trials, so number of trials is nothing but n. So which could lead to the occurrence of the event are very large. So n number of trials must be very large and the probability is very small one. Okay, it means that simply you can say that which is nearer to zero, the probability. Okay, so in that case we use Poisson distribution. Okay, so here it is what we discussed in this one. So Poisson distribution, Poisson is nothing but the name of the scientist, okay, who invented that and who introduced that one. Next, when we have to apply Poisson distribution, the number of trials must be large and the probability is very small. In that case, we can apply Poisson distribution. Okay, next. So let us see one example here. We are saying here, suppose that in a large number of parts manufactured by a machine. So samples of 100 parts are taken from a product which is 2% defective. Then the probability of 0, 1, 2 and so on 9900 defectives in a single sample are given by the successive terms of the binomial distribution is 0.98 plus 0.02 whole power 100. Okay, so this is the example they said here. See that here it is. Suppose that in a large number of parts manufactured by a machine. Okay, it means that if we are taking a company, okay, in that company, so some machines are there. So they are discussing here some particular one machine. So a machine is producing some items. Okay, so whatever the item it is. Okay, so they are manufacturing by a machine. So number of parts. Okay, some parts they said. Okay, a machine is manufacturing some parts. Okay, so in a large number, but we are not discussing about the large number. So simply samples of 100 parts are taken from a product. Okay, it means n is very large. Okay, so n is equal to, here it is having how many parts they chosen, 100 parts. Okay, but that machine is producing number of items, we don't bother about it. Okay, here we are choosing n is equal 100 are taken from a product which is 2% defective. So what they are saying here is whatever the how many items we chosen, 100 items out of 100, how many are defective one, 2 defective one. So 2 defective is nothing but, what about P? So P is equal to percentage. So 2 percentage is nothing but how much? 0.02, right? So 0.02. So if you know the value of P, so can you get Q or not? Since P plus Q is equal to 1. So P plus Q is equal to 1, then we can get it as Q is equal to 1 minus P. So 1 minus P, so 1 minus 0.02. So 1 minus 0.02. So for applying binomial distribution, what are the parameters we require? N we require, P we require. So here N already we know that 100 and P also we know that probability of defective items 2% 0.02. By using the value of P we calculated Q. Okay, so here what is the example we chosen here? A large number of parts is producing some machine. We are choosing samples of 100 in that items, okay, or parts. Okay, 100 parts we chosen. So that is n is equal to 100 we chosen, and next in that 100 how many are defective? 2 items are defective. That is nothing but probability of getting defective items are P is equal to percentage, that is 0.02. Then the probability of defective then the probabilities of 0, 1, 2 and so on 99, 100 defectives in a single sample are given by the successive terms of the binomial distribution. It means 0 success, 1 success, 2 success, 3 success, 4 success, 5 success and so on 99, 100 successes. How will get that one? By using binomial distribution. What is the expansion for binomial? We are using q plus p whole power n, right? This is the binomial we are using. So in that already we know that n is equal to how much? 100. So 100 parts we chosen a sample, and p already we took that one, probability of getting defective items, p is equal to percentage. So that is nothing but 0.02. So p is equal 0.02 and q is equal. So by using the relation what we calculated, 1 minus 0.02. Okay, so this is equal 0.98. So n we know that, p we know that, and q we know that. So q plus p whole power n. Is this right or not? So q is equal to how much? 0.98. So this one. And in place of p we substituted 0.02. And in place of n, 100. Okay. Now I require individual successes. So how much zero success? 1 success, 2 success, 3 success, 4, 5 and so on 100. Is it possible to calculate? We can, of course we can calculate this one by using the formula. Simply first we can calculate p of 0 by using the formula nc naught q power 0 p power 0, sorry, p power 0 q power n minus 0. So this one we can use. Okay, next p of 1, p of 2, like that we can calculate. But how many we have to calculate? 100 we have to calculate. It takes a lot of time. Okay, so for that we are applying Poisson distribution. Okay, so next, so that only here we are saying expanding the binomial in full will be tedious process. Okay, it means very difficult process. This difficulty can be avoided by the Poisson distribution. Okay, so for saying that, for applying Poisson distribution, we took that example. Okay, so binomial is a time taking process. It takes a lot of time for calculating that. For avoiding that, we are using Poisson distribution. Okay, now we are going to write the definition. Okay, so define Poisson distribution. A random variable capital X. Okay, so these are all random variables. Why? Because discrete random variable and continuous random variable. In the discrete random variable, we are discussing about discrete probability distributions in that binomial and Poisson. So a random variable capital X is said to follow a Poisson distribution if, when it assumes only non-negative values. This is one condition. It takes only non-negative values and its probability density function is given by P of capital X is equal small x is equal e power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial. X is equal 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. 0 otherwise. Here lambda is greater than is called the parameter of the distribution. Okay. So here it is what we are defining. So Poisson distribution means a random variable capital X, it takes only non-negative values. Okay, so non-negative values and it assumes non-negative values and its probability density function is given by e power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial. Okay, so here it is, lambda is a greater than 0 and x is equal 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so how many values we can choose? 0, 1, 2, 3, 500, 600. Okay, so here x represents number of successes, we will say that. Okay, so here it is e power minus lambda, where lambda is a parameter, so and that lambda should be greater than 0. So lambda must be greater than 0. This is also very important one. Okay, so lambda, when you are calculating lambda, that lambda must be greater than 0 and this is the parameter. So and here it is, we'll say that lambda is equal nothing but the product of n and p. Okay, n into p. So here you need to remember that lambda is equal n into p. Okay, next. Examples of Poisson distributions. Okay, so these are the examples. Simply we can say that first one, the number of defective electric bulbs manufactured by a reputed company. So if you are taking any company like that, suppose if you are taking Wipro, so I think they are producing bulbs. Okay, so Wipro company, that is a reputed company. In that, the number of defective electric bulbs, okay, it means that they manufacture huge number of electric bulbs. Okay, that is number of trials are very large. And next, the defective bulbs in that very small. Okay, the probability of getting defective bulbs in that large number of trials is very small. So we can say that this is one of the example for Poisson distribution. Okay, next, the number of persons born blind per year in a large city. It means that simply if we are taking Hyderabad, okay, so we are taking Hyderabad, so huge population here, and every day births will be there. In that, blind births, okay, so blind births is a very rare event. Okay, is this a frequent event? No. So very rare event. Okay, birth as a blind person. Okay, so here it is very rare event. And number of trials is nothing but, so per year we are saying every day number of births are going on. Okay, so number of births are very huge. Okay, in that, blind persons is a very rare event, and the probability of getting blind persons is also very small. Maybe per year 10 or 20 people, okay, or 30 or 40 people. But births are every day, every minute. Okay, generally will say that for every minute one birth and one death. Okay, so like that, if you are taking per year, so number of persons born blind per year in a large city, in a Hyderabad, if you are taking births, in that birth, blind birth is a very rare event. Okay, and number of births are very large, and the probability of getting blind births is very small. Okay, next, the number of printing mistakes per page in a large text. Suppose if people go for taking like as per material. Okay, so they give you, they print a test book. Suppose if you are taking a test book. Okay, so there it is having large text, is it consists of around 30 and 300 pages or 500 pages like that. In that pages, the probability of getting mistakes, okay, so printing mistakes is very less. Okay, and that is also rare event. Okay, so printing mistakes is a very rare event, and the number of pages are more number of pages, like as 300 pages, 500 pages. In that 500 pages, printing mistakes are very less. Okay, the probability is very small. So in all these examples, the number of cars passing a certain point in 1 minute. Okay, so how many cars are passing? Okay, so in a particular certain point in 1 minute, if you are taking in Gandhi Chaurasa, how many cars are passing? Okay, at a point of 1 minute, in 1 minute how many cars are passing? Okay, so can we countable that? So infinitely it goes on. Okay, so there it is, that is also number of trials are very large, and the probability of getting cars passing in that is very small. Okay, so these are all examples are saying only one thing. What is that? Number of trials are very large, and probability is very small. Okay, for saying that, these many of examples we discussed here. Okay, next, conditions of Poisson distributions. Is there any conditions has to follow for applying Poisson distribution? Nothing in that, just what we discussed, those are only conditions. See that the variable is a discrete variable. Already we said this is a discrete probability distribution. Before that, there is a discrete random variable. Okay, it means that is a finite one. Okay, next, the occurrences are rare. Okay, so what are the incidents are going on? Those are very rare events. Next, the number of trials is large. Already said. So number of trials must be large. And next, the probability of success is very small. It means very close to zero. Okay, so the probability of success is very small. Okay, so these are the conditions, and next lambda is finite. So lambda is equal nothing but what we are choosing, n into p, where n representing number of trials, and P representing probability of success. Okay, so in some of the cases they may not mention lambda directly. Okay, here it is n p, then we can apply. It means for the same problem we can apply binomial distribution as well as Poisson distribution. Okay, so based on the data. Okay, so these are the conditions. What are the conditions? First one is the variable must be a discrete random variable, and second one, the number of the occurrences are very rare. Okay, next, n should be large and p should be very close small, that is near close to 0, and lambda value is finite value. Okay, so these are the conditions. And next, properties of Poisson distribution. So the range of the variable is from 0 to infinity. So range x is equal 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. When we set the definition, there we said x values are from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So up to infinity. And next, mean and variances are equal. So here it is, in Poisson distribution, mean is equal variance. Okay. Next, distribution gets more and more symmetrical about the mean as lambda increases and tends to normal distribution. Actually, normal distribution is coming under third unit. So here what they are saying, whenever lambda is increasing, okay, so when lambda is increasing, the distribution is goes to the symmetrical about the mean. So there it is, normal distribution we'll discuss. Okay, so there we'll get this one. So normal distribution is symmetrical about the mean. It means that this is the shape of the normal distribution curve and symmetrical is about the mean. So this is mean is nothing but here we are representing as mu. So mu is equal 0. So whenever the lambda is increases, okay, so when lambda is increases, that Poisson distribution also symmetrical about the mean. Okay, and tends to normal distribution. It means simply we can say that when lambda value is increases, the distribution will approaches to a normal distribution. Okay, so that one here they are saying. Okay, this is normal distribution curve. So this one will get it in third unit. So continuous distributions will get it that one. So there we discuss again that. Okay, next. Next, so here it is. This is the one we may apply in the problem. So simply here we are writing as the exponential function. Okay, so exponential function we are saying the expansion of exponential function. You people learned in your 10th class level or in first BTech also people got that. E power x expansion, exponential function 1 plus x square by 2 factorial. Okay, plus x cube by 3 factorial plus and so on. So this is an infinite series. This one we apply for proving mean and variance, exponential function. But in place of x here it is having lambda. And simply we can write that one in a summation notation as lambda power x by x factorial. So it means first if you substitute in place of x as 0 we'll get it as 1. By substituting x as 1, lambda power 1 by 1 factorial, lambda. Next, lambda square by 2 factorial. Next, lambda cube by 3 factorial, plus and so on. Okay, so this is the expansion we are going to use for proving mean and variance. And next, in discrete random variable, if you are saying probability is nothing but sum of all the probabilities is equal to 1, right? So that one here we are proving. So summation probability of x is equal. So by Poisson distribution, what is the formula here we using? E power minus lambda into lambda power x by x factorial. And this summation is applicable only for this one. So this function lambda power x by x factorial. So for that we wrote e power minus lambda outside of this summation, and then simply summation lambda power x by x factorial. So in this place, in this summation, so here you will see that summation lambda power x by x factorial, and here also same summation lambda power x by x factorial. This is nothing but what? E power lambda. So that one simply we substituted here e power minus lambda into e power lambda. So that is in the form of a power m into a power n. A power m into a power n. Simply we are writing as a power m plus n. So that is, here it is, we are writing as minus lambda plus lambda. These two will cancel. So e power 0, anything power 0 is 1. Okay. So this is sum of all the properties is equal to 1. Okay. Next, the Poisson distribution function is, so in discrete law, in discrete random variables, in discrete distributions, the Poisson distribution function is capital F of x is equal. So this one we discussed in first unit. Capital F of x is equal cumulative distribution function p of x less than or equal to x. So this is equal summation p of r. Okay, so summation p of r, where r is from 0 to x. So here it is, r is equal 0 to x. 0 to x. So summation r is equal 0 to x. P of r is nothing but, we are using Poisson distribution. So e power minus lambda, lambda power r by r factorial. So here e power minus lambda we wrote outside, and r is equal 0 to x. So lambda power r by r factorial. Okay. So this is the Poisson distribution function. Capital F of x is equal e power minus lambda summation r is from 0 to x, lambda power r by r factorial, where x is from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this is okay. So these are the note points. You need to remember that. First one is exponential form, and second one is sum of all the probabilities is equal to 1, and third one the Poisson distribution function. Okay. Next, constants of the Poisson distribution. So we are going to prove now mean of the distribution and variance of the Poisson distribution mode. Okay, so these are the things we are going to prove here. So first, by Poisson distribution, we know that P of capital X is equal small x is equal e power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial. So this is the definition of Poisson distribution. Okay, where x is from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so now here it is, we are applying discrete distributions. In discrete, that is the formula we are using for finding mean or expectation. So expectation is representing u of x and mean is nothing but mu. So since mean is equal, expectation which is equal summation x into p of x. So this is the formula we applied in discrete. If it is continuous, integral minus infinity to infinity x into f of x. Okay. So here it is x into p of x, where p of x is equal to what? E power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial. So that one we applied here. Okay. So x into, just we substituted in place of x as e power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial. Okay. Next. Now we are going to simplify this one. So here it is for simplifying. So first e power minus lambda we wrote outside. So here it is e power minus lambda. So that summation is applicable only for the terms which consisting of x. So for that e power minus lambda we wrote outside. And then what about remaining? Summation x is from 0 to infinity. So here it is e power minus lambda into summation x is equal 0 to infinity e power x into lambda power x by x factorial. So this is the one, right? So here it is, x factorial means how can you write this one? So x factorial is nothing but lambda power x by, here it is x factorial, or n factorial is nothing but n into n minus 1, n minus 2, like that. So simply we are writing as x into x minus 1 factorial. Here x both will cancel. So then what about remaining? Lambda power x by x minus 1 factorial. But x values are starting from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this is summation x is equal to 0 to infinity e power minus lambda as it is. Okay, so that one here we did. Okay, and now here it is, x minus 1 factorial. So this is applicable only for x is from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. If you substitute here, we'll get it as minus. But we require only greater than 0. So for that, here it is simply we are writing this summation is applicable only for when x minus 1 is equal to 0. So that is x is equal to what? X is equal to 1. So that's why simply here we wrote x is equal 1 to infinity. Here it is having x is equal 0 to infinity. But in this case that 0 is not included in that. Why? Because 0 minus 1. So that is not valid. So for that we are taking here x minus 1 is equal to 0. Then x is equal 1 to infinity. Okay. So now lambda for x by x minus 1 factorial as it is. Okay, got it? See clearly, here it is. Here it is. This is valid from x is equal 0 to infinity, and this is valid from x is equal 1 to infinity. Okay, now next we are substituting different values in place of x. So here it is. If you see that e power minus lambda, and next first we are substituting in place of x as 1. So here it is, we need to remember that one thing. So 0 factorial is nothing but 1, and 1 factorial this is also 1. And next 2 factorial is nothing but, so how to write this one? 2 into 1, 2. And next 3 factorial is nothing but 3 into 2. So 3 into 2 into 1, that is nothing but 6. So like that you need to remember that n factorial is nothing but n into n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on. Okay, so n minus 1 and next n minus 2 and so on. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so this is, here it is, if you substitute 1, so lambda for 1 is nothing but lambda for 1 by, here it is 1 factorial. Sorry, 1 minus 1, 0. So 0 factorial. And next, if you substitute lambda is equal to, in place of x as 2. So 2 lambda square by 2 minus 1 factorial. So 2 minus 1 factorial. And next, if you substitute in place of x as 3. So lambda cube by, here it is simply what we have to substitute, 3 minus 1 factorial. Here we wrote directly that one. See here, lambda power 1 is nothing but lambda. So 0 factorial is nothing but 1. And next lambda square by 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1. So 1 factorial is also 1. So for that we didn't write anything here. And next lambda cube by 3 minus 1 is nothing but 2. So 2 factorial. Got it? And now, so here is we are going to simplify this one. So for simplification, what we are doing, we are taking the common terms. Here it is, if you observe this one, in each and every term. So which one is the common one? So lambda is the common one. Here it is lambda, and next lambda square, and lambda cube, and next lambda power 4, like that. So here it is, here lambda is the common one, we took that one as common. So, and then here it is 1, and lambda into lambda, lambda square, so lambda, and here also lambda we took common, and what about remaining? Lambda square. If you multiply lambda instead of this one, we have to get same expansion. Are you getting or not? See that lambda into 1, lambda, next lambda into lambda, lambda square, and next lambda into lambda square, lambda cube, right? So like that, where after taking the common one, if you multiply instead of the terms, you need to get the above expansion as it is. Okay, now, so lambda we wrote in front of this, and e power minus lambda as it is. And what we can write this one? So 1 plus lambda square by 2 factorial is nothing but, which is the expansion of e power lambda. Okay, so what we said in the note point. So a exponential function e power lambda is equal 1 plus lambda square by 2 factorial plus and so on is nothing but e power lambda. Simply by seeing what we can say that, simply we can write lambda. Why? Because here it is a power m into a power n. So simply what we can write, e power minus lambda plus e power lambda. So this is equal to lambda into e power 0. Anything power 0 is 1. So this is equal to what? Lambda. So mean mu of the Poisson distribution is lambda, where lambda is nothing but n p. Okay, so here always lambda must be greater than 0. Don't forget it. Why? Because here it is p is not representing probability. That should be lies between 0 to 1. So for that lambda must be greater than 0. Okay, so this is mean of the Poisson distribution. So that one only we did here. See that lambda into a power m into a power n. So lambda, which is nothing but n into p. Thus, the parameter lambda is the arithmetic mean of the Poisson distribution. Okay. So the Poisson distribution mean is nothing but lambda. So which is equal to what? N into p. Okay. Next, we are going to prove variance. So variance of the Poisson distribution. First we are writing the definition as this. P of capital X is equal small x is equal e power minus lambda lambda power x by x factorial. Next, variance of x. So we represent in different letters v of x or vr of x, or simply we write sigma square. So this is equal e of x square minus e of x whole square. So this is not a new one. What you people learned the formula, simply we are writing here. Okay. So variance of x is equal e of x square minus e of x whole square. So already we know that the formulas e of x square is nothing but summation x square p of x. Okay. Why? Because e of x is equal to what? So e of x is equal summation x into p of x. So this is expectation formula we are using. So that with this one only we applied for proving mean, right? In the same way, e of x square is nothing but simply what we can write, e of x square is equal summation x square into p of x. Summation x square into p of x. In the same way, if you want to calculate e of x cube, so how to find this one? So this is equal summation x square is in place of this we can write x cube. So what we have in this, simply we have to write here. Here it is x x. So x square x square, x cube x cube. Okay, and probability as p of x p of x. Okay, so here it is having x square. That's why we wrote it here x square into p of x. And already we know that mean mu is equal nothing but e of x. So mu is equal e of x. Okay, so here this one also you need to remember, mean mu is equal e of x is equal what we got it, lambda. Okay, so now in place of x square as this, and now what about p of x? Probability function in, what is probability function in this Poisson distribution? E power minus lambda lambda power x by x factorial, where x is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so in place of p of x, e power minus lambda lambda power x by x factorial, where x is from 0 1 2 3 and so on, minus e of x whole square. Simply we substituted mu. Now we are going to simplify this one. Okay, see that. So summation x is equal 1 to infinity. So this one simply what we wrote here, x factorial. Here it is having x square. Same like as previous one, how you wrote mean, same like that here also we are proving. So here x factorial, how we are writing, x factorial is equal x into x minus 1. Actually the expansion is x into x minus 1, x minus 2 and so on. So this is x minus 3 and so on, 2 3 1. So simply we don't require the entire one. So for that simply what we are writing, x into x minus 1 factorial. Why we are writing like that? For cancellation of x. Okay, so x into x minus 1 factorial. Here onwards again we are representing in a factorial notation. So here it is 1x and 1x cancel. And what about remaining? X remaining here, and next e power minus lambda lambda power x by x minus 1 factorial. But here it is immediately, if we are writing x minus 1 factorial is nothing but simply what we are write, x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to what, 1. So for that simply here we wrote x is equal 1 to infinity. This is valid. This is valid for 0 also, but this is not valid for 0. So for that, this is function is valid only when x minus 1 is equal to 0. X minus 1 is equal to 0 means x is equal 1. So x is equal to 1 to infinity, this one. Okay. And next already we proved mean mu is nothing but what? Lambda. So in place of mu we substituted lambda square. Okay. So next we are going to simplify this one. So for simplifying here it is, we are adding 1 and subtracting 1. Okay. So we are adding 1 minus 1 and we are subtracting 1. So adding 1 plus 1 and subtracting minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1. This one we added. Now e power minus lambda is a constant. We are writing outside. Okay. Why? Because this summation is valid only for the terms of x. Okay. So for that e power minus lambda we wrote outside. And what about remaining? X minus 1 plus 1. So this one only just we are keeping brackets. X minus 1 plus 1 and remaining as it is we are writing lambda for x by x minus 1 factorial minus lambda square. And now e power minus lambda, now we are multiplying this one inside of this one and we are splitting the terms. So we are multiplying x minus 1 into this total term, right? So x minus 1 into lambda for x by x minus 1 factorial plus 1 into this one is nothing but this one as this lambda for x by x minus 1 factorial minus lambda square. We didn't change anything in that. We are writing as this. Why? Because we need to convert this entire one into in terms of lambda. Okay. So for that, next here it is, x minus 1 term is there. There it is having x term. So for that we simplified, we wrote it as x factorial as x into x minus 1 factorial. But here it is what we have, x minus 1 is here. So how to write this x minus 1 factorial? X minus 1 into x minus 2 factorial. So simply we are writing as x minus 1 factorial as x minus 1 into x minus 2 factorial. So then here it is x minus 1 and 1x minus 1. So this one, these two cancel. Okay. And immediately what we have to say that this expansion, this summation is valid only for the terms x is equal, see here. So here is x minus 1, x minus 1 factorial. So x minus 1 factorial is nothing but same like as previous one. So x minus 1 factorial is nothing but simply we can write it as x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 and so on. So this is, so here it is, we don't require this entire one. So further simply what we are writing this one, x minus 1 into, so simply we are writing this one as x minus 1 into x minus 2 factorial. So this is simply we are writing like this. So x minus 1 into x minus 2. So in place of that we wrote it as like this. And now here it is x minus 1, x minus 1. These two cancel. But here it is x minus 2. So this expansion is valid only for when x minus 2 is equal 0. So if x minus 2 is equal to 0 is nothing but x is equal 2. So for that here we wrote it as x is equal 2 to infinity. Okay. So that one we wrote here. And now here it is, summation x is equal to 1 to infinity lambda for x by x minus 1 factorial as this. Okay, we are not doing any changes in that. Now we are going to simplify this one. So here it is, e power minus lambda summation x is equal to infinity. So what are the remaining term here? Lambda for x by x minus 2 factorial as this. And now summation x is equal to 1 to infinity lambda for x by x minus 1 factorial. Okay. Now we require the entire series, entire summation in terms of lambda. So for that we are substituting different values in place of x. First we are substituting 2. So if you substitute 2 in place of x, so lambda square by 2 minus 2 factorial. 2 minus 2 factorial. 2 minus 2 is 0. So 0 factorial. It means when x is equal to 2, if you substitute in this one, we are getting as this term, right? This is the top. And next, in the same way, x is equal to 3. If you substitute in place of x is equal to 3, this is the top. And next, x is equal to 4. So lambda power 4 by 2 factorial. Why? Because here it is 4 minus 2. 2. So 2 factorial plus and so on. Next, here coming to this. So first one, 1 if you substitute, x is equal to 1. If you substitute x is equal to 1 in this one. So lambda power 1 by 1 minus 1, 0 factorial is 1. And next, if you substitute 2. So here we are substituting x is equal to 2. So lambda square by 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1. And next, if we substitute 3. So x is equal to 3. So lambda cube by 3 minus 1 is nothing but 2. So 2 factorial plus and so on minus lambda square. Okay, nothing we did here, just we substituted in place of x different values 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Here 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now we are going to simplify this one. See that here it is e power minus lambda into. So is there any common term? Here it is. So here it is lambda square and next lambda cube lambda power 4. So in each and every term lambda square is the common one. So that's why we took common lambda square as the common one. Then what are the remaining one? 1. So lambda square into 1 lambda square, right? Lambda square into lambda, lambda cube. Got it? Next lambda square into lambda square, lambda power 4. Okay, plus and so on. In this one, what we can take common? Lambda is the common one. Suppose that lambda we took common here. After taking the common one, so what are the remaining term? 1 plus lambda square by 2 factorial. If you have doubt, you can multiply instead of the terms. Lambda into 1, lambda. Next, lambda into lambda, lambda square. This is the one. Next, lambda into lambda square. So lambda cube. Got it? So when you took the common one, if you multiply that one instead of the terms, you have to get the above expansion as it is. Okay. Now minus lambda square as it is. Now we are going to simplify this one. See here it is e power minus lambda and next here it is lambda square into simply what we can write in this expansion. Okay. So 1 plus lambda square by 2 factorial, that is nothing but simply what we can write e power lambda, right? Plus and lambda into here also same as it is, that one or not, e power lambda minus lambda square as it is. So this is equal e power minus lambda into, which one is the common in these two terms? Here it is e power lambda and here also e power lambda. So we are taking e power lambda as the common one. What about remaining? Lambda square plus lambda minus lambda square. So here it is simply what we can write e power minus lambda into e power lambda. So that is simply what we can write e power minus lambda plus lambda by using a power m into a power m plus n, and remaining write as it is. We are not changing anything. Lambda square plus lambda minus lambda square. Okay, and here it is. In place of this one, simply what we can write. So minus lambda plus lambda 0. Anything for 0 is 1. And what about remaining? Lambda square plus lambda minus lambda square. So lambda square plus lambda minus lambda square. This one both will cancel, which is equal to what? Lambda. So it means variance also what we got it here? Lambda. That's why we said in properties, mean and variance of a Poisson distribution are equal. So don't forget it, but lambda is equal to what? N into P, where this is greater than 0. These conditions doesn't forget about that. Okay, so that is only here we wrote. See here. Next, e power minus lambda into lambda square. First we wrote in a summation notation, and this is nothing but the expansion of e power lambda, and next e power lambda we took common and we cancel here. Same as it is what we proved previously, right? So lambda square plus lambda minus lambda square, both cancel. Variance of lambda x is equal lambda. Hence the variance of the Poisson distribution is equal mean of the Poisson distribution is equal lambda, where lambda is equal np. Okay, so where lambda is equal nothing but np. If you know lambda, simply we can write lambda. Okay, if they didn't mention lambda, then we can use np. If they mention in the problem as n and p, here n is nothing but number of trials and p is nothing but probability of success. Okay, and don't forget it must be greater than 0. Okay, so very important constants of the Poisson distribution, mean and variance. Okay, next, mode. So standard deviation, of course, if you know the variance, we can get standard deviation. Okay, standard deviation of the Poisson distribution is sigma is equal square root of lambda. Why? Because variance is representing as VAR of x. So we wrote there as VAR of x or V of x, or simply we can write sigma square. So any one of that you can write variance of x, v of x or sigma square. So this is equal to how much we got it there? Lambda. What? Standard deviation is nothing but cos to square root of variance. So sigma is equal square root of lambda. Okay. So sigma is equal square root of lambda. This is standard deviation of the Poisson distribution. Sigma is equal square root of lambda. Okay. Next, mode. So mode is nothing but what? So mode is the value of x for which the probability p of x is maximum. So mode is nothing but at which value of x the probability is maximum. Okay, so that one we are calling as mode. So here we are choosing p of x maximum definition, p of x greater than or equal to p of x plus 1 and p of x greater than or equal to p of x minus 1. The probability is lies between x plus 1 and x minus 1. X minus 1 to x plus 1. Okay. Now first we are taking first one, p of x greater than or equal to p of x plus 1, where p of x is equal to what? E power minus lambda, lambda power x by x factorial, right? This is we are saying as p of x. So this is equal to p of x. So that's why here we substituted in place of p of x as e power minus lambda, lambda for x by x factorial. Next, here it is p of x plus 1. It means in place of x, what we have to substitute? X plus 1. So e power minus lambda, lambda power x plus 1 by x plus 1 factorial. Now we are going to simplify this one. So here it is. If this one we are writing as this, we are not doing any changes in that. And coming to this side, here we are writing as e power minus lambda as this, and this is in the form of a power m plus n, right? So a power m plus n. So simply how can you write this one? A power m into a power n. So that's simply here it is lambda power x into lambda power 1. And x plus 1 factorial we are writing as x plus 1 into x factorial. Okay, any cancellation one, e power minus lambda, e power minus lambda, lambda power x, lambda power x, these two cancel. And now what about remaining? Here also x factorial, x factorial. So here three terms cancel. What about remaining? Only 1. So 1 greater than or equal to, here also cancel, remaining lambda by x plus 1. So this is the remaining one. So it means if you multiply this one, if you are taking x plus 1 this side, so x plus 1 greater than or equal to lambda. Okay, so x plus 1 is greater than or equal to lambda. So that one we got it here. See that 1 greater than or equal to, this is the remaining one. So x plus 1 greater than or equal to lambda. And next 1 we took that one into this side. So here it is having plus 1. When it comes this side, minus. So if we simplify first one, what we got here? X greater than or equal to lambda minus 1. And we are giving equation 1. Next, we require second equation. Okay. So second equation coming to that, from the second one, same like that, if we simplify this one, what we are getting? X less than or equal to lambda. Here x greater than or equal to lambda minus 1, and here x less than or equal to lambda. It means The x lies between lambda and lambda minus 1. Why? Because how can you write that one? So x greater than or equal to lambda minus 1. So how can you write this? So here it is having x greater than or equal to lambda minus 1. That is nothing but simply what we can write. Lambda minus 1 less than or equal to x. This is from equation 1. So here it is, if you observe this one, lambda minus 1 is less than or equal to x and x less than or equal to lambda. Suppose that simply what we can write, lambda minus 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to lambda. It means always the x lies between lambda minus 1 to lambda. The mode of the Poisson distribution is lies between lambda minus 1 and lambda. Okay, so that is only here we wrote mode of the Poisson distribution lies between lambda minus 1 and lambda. So it means for calculating Poisson distribution mode, we require lambda. After calculating lambda, if lambda is an integer, okay, so we know the value of lambda. Suppose lambda is equal to 2, 3 like that. So then lambda is an integer, then lambda minus 1 is also integer, obviously. So lambda is equal to 2. Then what about lambda minus 1 is nothing but 1, right? Lambda minus 1 is also integer. So we have two maximum values. Here it is, two maximum values, and the distribution is bimodal. Why? Because here we are saying as two modes. One is lambda, another one is lambda minus 1. So for that, this is we call as bimodal. Okay. So when it must be an integer. Okay. If lambda is an integer, then the Poisson distribution is bimodal. What about that bimodal? This is 1 and this is 1. Okay, bimodal is nothing but it is having two modes. Unimode is nothing but only it is having one mode. Okay, here it is having two modes. One is lambda, another one is lambda minus 1. So for that we are calling this is a bimodal. Okay, next case 2. If lambda is not an integer, okay, like suppose we got it as lambda is equal to 3.6 like this, we got it. So then we have to choose mode of the Poisson distribution is, here it is 3. Only integral part we have to choose here. So this is we are calling as integral part and this is we are calling as decimal part, right? So in this we have to choose only 3. So if lambda is not an integer, the mode of Poisson distribution is integral part of lambda. Okay, integral part is nothing but only this is. Okay, so then the mode of the Poisson distribution is integral part of lambda. Okay, so this is about mode. Okay, next one, reconciliation of Poisson distribution. So reconciliation, so binomial also we have in the same way Poisson. So first p of x as this is the Poisson distribution formula, and now we are writing as p of x plus 1. It means in place of x we are substituting x plus 1. So here it is x, x. So in place of x we substituted x plus 1, x plus 1 factorial. Now e power minus lambda into, so by applying simply a power m plus n, a power m into, this is a power m and this is a power n. So a power m into a power n by x plus 1 factorial, we wrote it as x plus 1 into x factorial. Now here it is e power minus lambda, lambda for x by x factorial, lambda by x plus 1. In place of this one, simply what we can write, if you see that here it is what we have, p of x is equal e power minus lambda, lambda for x by x factorial, right? So in place of this one, are the same or not? See that e power minus lambda, lambda for x by x factorial. So for that, in place of this, simply what we can write, p of x. So p of x we can substitute, then lambda by x plus 1 into p of x. Okay, or you can write, so here it is having x plus 1. So if we are taking in place of x plus 1 as x, okay, then what we'll get here, x plus 1, so x plus 1, here it is having x, so x, and here it is having x, it means x plus 1, x here, so x, x minus 1, it means 1 less than. Suppose here it is having P of 3. So it means, so P of 3, here it is. Simply what we can write, lambda by, this is 3, is nothing but 3 as it is. And here it is, we get it as 1 less, P of 2. Okay, this is the one. Okay, so simply either you can use this one or this one. P of x is equal lambda by x, P of x minus 1, P of x plus 1 is equal lambda by x plus 1 into P of x. Okay, so either that one or this one. So this is the required relation. So with this formula we can find different values of x. That only we are saying recurrence relation 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. For different values of x we can calculate if P of 0 is given. So simply we calculate P of 0 by using this formula. Okay, first we calculate P of 0 by using this, and then rest of the values we can use to calculate by using recurrence relation. Okay, that's it. Okay, and problems we'll see next ones. Okay.